Hello again, it's Angie. I was just about to mix up my resin and do some work on these new molds I just got in the mail today. These are from Let's Resin. These are the Cabajons, I think that's how you say it, Cabajons. Anyway, it comes with these molds and these bales you can put them in. So I thought, I would do a video. So I'll be right back. I'm just going to do, well, this one even tells you on here that this holds 2.4 fluid ounces. That's for the whole thing. This one holds 4.2 fluid ounces. So 4 and 6.6 ounces for both of them. So I'm going to go ahead and mix that up and I'll be right back. I have a new resin mixer. It's by Geek. I got this off of Amazon. It has speeds of 50 RPMs all the way up to 300. And my other one, I had it for a few years. It finally just died on me, and so I decided to invest in a new one. This does really help the speed of mixing. These have an extra long wand so that you don't get resin near the device itself. And it came with 4 paddles, 2 smaller ones and 2 bigger ones. I'm not too certain what I'm going to do. I'm just going to play around with some alcohol inks. I have been watching a few videos. I do have quite a few new micas that I haven't used yet. I'm going to go ahead and get this wiped off. Should just pull out of there, I believe. Well, did not mean to do that. I'm not sure how to get it out. It doesn't. Okay, well, we're going to do it this way then. This cleaned off good. I don't want that to be gumming up, causing more bubbles in my next pour. So I'm just going to clean that off real well. I'm not too sure what that's made out of. It feels like possibly a silicone, a hardened silicone maybe, or a rubber. Not sure. Okay, we got that. Those bubbles are coming to the top. I'm going to go ahead and spritz that real quick. And I'm going to let this sit for a few minutes over here and get those bubbles popped. Actually, we'll let that sit over here. And we're going to figure out some pretty colors to do. Let's Resin alcohol inks. There's a pretty black. There's an orange. A reddish brown. This is the 48 piece Um, some of these I've opened and some of them I haven't. This one is not open. Dark indigo, that's a pretty one. Pretty green. A midnight blue. There's a rose. Here's the white I have opened. Dark magenta, I think I've opened that one. No. Aqua, that's a pretty color. Aqua blue, I think I've opened this one, yeah. Azure blue. I'm looking for some reds. Black. Sapphire. Sapphire is another pretty one. You may not use all of these. A purplishy red. A purple. Peach red. We'll see what that one is. Okay. All right. I have these new mica powders from Rolio. Look at those beautiful colors. Look at that. Those are absolutely gorgeous. And I think I set my box right in that. Resin on the table. Okay. So we're going to go with there was a card that I thought was with this. I'm not sure what I did with it. I had all the colors. Azure. That'll go with that one. A creamy pink. Fandango pink. We may try that. Oh, I want to do this copper one. Here's copper. And it's a really pretty blue. Burgundy. Okay. We are definitely going to have to try these. All right, let me get some more cups. We're definitely going to need more cups. I have some right here. These two have never been used. Let me grab another cup. Do with all of them. Okay, so I have some cups. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some of these in here. We'll do some of these big ones up here. Here, we'll just go down the line. I wanted to leave a little bit of room so I can put a backing on these. And I'm not too sure which ones I want to do alcohol ink and which ones I want to do the mica powders. We might do this one with mica powders and this one with all the alcohol inks. So let's go ahead and I want to leave that lip. All right, so before I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, we got a lot more, but that's okay. We can mix up our colors. There's 4 of each one, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cups. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need, I'll get one more color. I'm going to guess these to be about an ounce each. All right, so we got that for the micas. Now I can finish pouring these. Hmm. Well, if my guesstimate is right about each of those cups, then we definitely have measured out just exactly the right amount of resin, which I think is extraordinary. I don't think I've ever had that happen before. This little tool that I got from Amazon as well, it's just a little silicone pencil type thing. It's actually very good at getting those one little drops that you drop, you know, the little drops that you drop. All right, so we have a little bit left in here. I'm going to grab a scraper and I'm going to let that set because I don't want it to, I want it to be able to, I don't want the ink to drop all the way to the bottom. So we're going to let that set a minute. Let me grab a spatula. We'll get the remaining amount of this resin. And I'm going to have to be pretty quick with this because I'm going to have to be actually, I'm not. I'm just going to leave it. There's not a lot in there. Okay, so for the pigments, let's go ahead, and I haven't even opened these. Now with the alcohol inks came some instructions telling you, you know, how to do certain techniques, why, you know, certain inks work and certain inks don't, which I really appreciate. So, I do know I need to let these set. I'm not going to add any alcohol because I don't want it to affect the effect of the alcohol inks, because it sure can. And I'm not going to put very much in here because there's not a whole lot in there. And I just want to see. That little bit really is very thick. Look at that. You can't even see my pink stick. Very pigmented. Very. That was a tiny little minute amount. Love that one. That one again was, I'm gonna put that back down. Burgundy. That was the burgundy. I'll put these back up as I'm using them. This one here is the Fandango Pink. I haven't opened any of these. These are all brand new. And this is again by Rolio. Oh, look at the sparkle on that one. Just a tiny little bit is all I'm doing, just like that. Oh, wow. Look at the color of that. You really want to make sure those micas are mixed. That does thicken up your resin. Okay, we got this one. That was the Fandango Pink. This is that beautiful copper. I absolutely can't wait to see about the copper. I've never used copper before. Look at that. Look at that shimmer. Just a tiny little bit is all I'm using. Oh, wow. That gives it such a beautiful aged effect. Gorgeous color. Wow. I am impressed, Rolio. I don't have... Oh my. Gorgeous, gorgeous color. Wow. I found this product by watching Glitz and Glitter with Michelle. If you haven't tuned into her channel, I really recommend you do. I have been playing around in resin for a few years, but I came upon one of her videos as I was just, you know, looking at different things on YouTube. And there she was, and I started watching her, and I joined her membership on her channel, and so I see a lot of projects that she does. And she does lives with certain companies, and she done one with Rolio the other day, and she offers some really great discounts. So if you have not checked out her channel, I highly recommend it. She has partnered with Rolio. She's partnered with Let's Resin. And when she does lives featuring only their products, she gets discount codes. And she shares them with her members. So I really highly recommend that you check her channel out. Look at the gorgeous color of this blue. Alright, and I gotta pick one more color because we have one more cup, which I did not anticipate. The lid don't want to go on that one. I left the... No. There we go. That little cardboard insert didn't want to cooperate. Okay, so let's do we'll do a purple. We did not do. No. Well, yeah. We're going to do a purple. We're going to do this purple right here. I don't want to mix any of my colors, so I'm just going to wipe my little spoon it came with. Perfect little dipping spoon. Here's the purple. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay. Get this back in here. And I'm going to grab a couple sticks so we can get that mixed up good. Wow, that is a beautiful color. Very pretty. All right. Here's that purple. Those are just about ready. I'm going to go ahead and torch them real quick. Get those bubbles out of there. And I really can't tell if those are bubbles or what that is right there. Sorry if my head's in the way of the camera. Not intending it to be. I'm just looking at these and they look like there's bubbles, but I'm thinking that it's just like a shadow. Alright, so let's go ahead. I gotta get some of these open. I haven't even opened these. As come to think of it, this one is open. This one is open. This one is open. This azure blue. Oops. I'm doing a voiceover here because I didn't do a whole lot of talking as I was making the colors um, in the cabochons. I really was concentrating and wanted these to come out a certain way. And as we know, resin has a mind of its own. The color from the alcohol ink from Let's Resin was really vibrant, and when you see the end project, you're going to be blown away. I can't wait to experiment more with this technique and see what comes out of each and every step as we explore this. Here is where the creativity comes in. I'm just doing some swirls and I am wiping off my stick as I don't want to mix one resin cabochon to another and mix those colors up. You don't want black and something that's not got black in it. This is where some of the end results you will see, they are absolutely stunning. And I was just, randomly going one direction and then going another direction, mixing up, not really mixing, just swirling, one little swirl. And it was so incredible what the end result looked like. In these molds, I am pouring in that mixed mica powder from Rolio. That vibrant color is amazing when you see how colorful these come out at the end. Every color was very pigmented and I was truly pleased. I think I have enough time and I really don't. If you have not tried Rolio products, you certainly do need to check that out. I will have the link to their website in my description below. Here I was putting a backing on each of them to help bring out the color of each piece. I had researched a lot of videos of others that have done this, and some of them were brought out more colorful with a black backing, and the other ones with the white gave it depth. So I was giving each and every one of them a coating on the back, and that is the next process before we show the end result. I'm going to speed this part up and we'll come back at the end. All right, we're back. I want to unveil these. I am so excited. I can't wait. This one popped out, but let's look at this one together. The back. And then look at the front. If you can't, I hope you can see the depth of how beautiful the inside. It's almost like a 3D effect. There's the layers of the white and the color is behind it. So the white did sink first. And then you got that beautiful color. And then I layered it in the back with the black. But that is that one. I hope you can see the depth of that. Let's look at one of these. I went ahead and layered this one in the black, but this one is that really beautiful metallic-y copper mica powder. I absolutely love that one. That is just gorgeous. All right, let's do one of these. I did one in black, one in white, just to see the effects. Here's the black. Let's do a black one and a white one together. I did add, some of these I added the crushed crystal just to give the black, the back a little bit of bling. But let's look at these. OMG! Look at that! Wow! They are stunning! That one, honestly, I can't tell if that is in the mold. Or inside. But this one truly is, the mica powder stayed on top where the alcohol ink sunk, and this one has like a weird effect in there. Can you see that? Can you see? Look how gorgeous that is. That's just absolutely beautiful. And then this one, I mean, the inside is just stunning. And then where I swirled it, you see? Look how beautiful. Very pretty. Let's keep going. Oh my lands. I am blown away. I am absolutely blown away. Here's another one of the mica powders. This one was the reddish, pinkish color. I can't remember which one this one was. Let's see if I can find the card. I don't know which one this one was. Let's see. This one, I believe, burgundy. No, that's not burgundy. Has to be the Fandango pink. Yeah, Fandango pink. So here it is in the actual container, and there it is. So it does come out a little bit darker than the original. So that's the Fandango pink. And this one was that copper. Let's look at the difference in that one. This one also comes out a little bit darker than the actual color. But look, the shimmer and the color effect is still the same. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning. We could just go through these all day long. Look at that. Look at that. They're just gorgeous. Oh my. So the alcohol inks will continue to float. Some of the mica powder resin that I mixed in later kind of gave it a 3D effect. My dog just came on in. Are you wanting in, buddy? Are you hung up? You are. Hang on. There you go. You want in or out? Come on. Come on. Okay. I'm going to turn my room filter on. Look at these smaller ones. Well, that one didn't really do a whole lot. Not really. Ooh, that one's really pretty. It's almost hollow. That one is really beautiful. That one almost looks hollow too. Can you see that? Beautiful. Here was that beautiful blue. Let's compare. That one was the Azure. Yeah, the Azure or Azure, however you say that. There's the original. That's pretty close. That is the same. That one is the same. Beautiful. Here is that burgundy. Gosh, that's gorgeous. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, look. Look, look, look. This is amazing how resin behaves all on its own. You never know how each piece is going to turn out. That's why you can't clone a piece. You can use the same colors, you can use the same effect, make it the same way twice, but you will not get the same effect. These were the same colors. Whoops. This one you have the pink is dominant and the gold is an accent. This one the gold is dominant and the pink is an accent. Poured the exact same way. That would make a pretty tiny little yo-yo, wouldn't it? Oh. Beautiful. Let's do a square one. This one was the purple. Lilac. Lilac is lilac. It is the same. The blues and the purples seem to be very similar. It's the pinkish tones, the reddish tones, and the golden tones. That's another burgundy. That is, I believe that was burgundy. Was that burgundy? Or was that, this was a mix, I believe. This was a mix of the burgundy and another color. So that's not accurate, but it started out to be, I think it was burgundy and the, what was that other pink? The Fandango. So this was the burgundy and the Fandango. Here's one backed in the white. Oh, wow. You really can see. I have to trim this one up, of course, but look. You can really see through it. I can't wait to try what these ones look like with the white. These is stunning. These are just absolutely, totally stunning. I'll have to trim this one up. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. We did use a lot of the same colors, but none of them are the same. That one is beautiful. Oh my goodness. See how it kind of just pillowed up in there, clouded up in there, moved its own self around, created its own effect. All right, let's see the rest of these. Let's do some of these white ones. Wow! Wow, 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 wow. Wow. Are you seeing this? This one literally looks like plant life in there. Look. It looks like I have put dried flowers in there, but it's all ink and the effects of how it affects resin and pigments. Whoa. So I gotta turn this heat down. That one's still neat. Not very colorful. I think the color is really mixed in that one. And I'm not sure what happened. This one somehow got the glob of white that just stuck like right to the front of it. Sunk. That one did too. It would be gorgeous if that was... Go. 3D that is. Stunning. Look at that one. I can't make up my mind if I like the black or the white backing better. The black gives it more defined color, and the white gives it more of a 3D effect. I'm going to have to figure out why every first dot of white, I don't know if it didn't get stirred. I'm going to have to research why. But look at that. All of these seem to have that white effect. Wow. These are absolutely amazing. Look. It looks raised up in there. It looks like some kind of dried flower type deal. Okay, this one I am officially keeping. Oh my gosh. It looks like moss. It looks like a garden. Oh my lands, look at that one. Look at that. Wow, 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 wow. I'm having a hard time figuring out which one I really want. Oh my gosh, this is another favorite. Oh my lands. I can't figure out which ones I like better. These are stunning with the white. With the black, it's still 3D, but it's not as defined as with the white. Yeah. Oh, wow. That one looks like a ribbon. Looks like a ribbon. It's a ribbon that went through there. And I'm not sure. Got a hint of another. I think the white came through. Maybe it was still clear there. And somewhere the copper color was in there. Wow. All right, man. We're going to do this again. I really, really, really hope you enjoyed this video because I'm going to do it again. I have been watching Daniel Cooper, and he is absolutely educational for me. I will tag him in this video. I watched him a couple of two years ago or 3 years ago when I first started playing in resin, and he was experimenting with resin, I believe, at the time, and I watched him through his journey. So I definitely am going to be tagging him and showing him exactly what the effects came out of when I produced it with my resin, Let's Resin. Wow. Those are absolutely stunning. Amazing. Well, thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel. Click the bell so that when I upload new content, you will be notified, and I look forward to coming back and doing this again. Have a great and blessed day.